Hi, this is Kadaya, and today is January 10th, and we're going to stick on with the yellow. So now, today we're going to talk about the difference between satisfaction and dissatisfaction. Satisfaction and dissatisfaction. So, yesterday we talked about the satisfaction and dissatisfaction of the customer's wants or needs. So, that's really important to know. So, I will explain as much as I did yesterday with all the interview questions. So, today I'm going to explain what's the difference between satisfaction and dissatisfaction. So, satisfaction means a feeling of contentment or fulfillment, while dissatisfaction refers to a lack of satisfaction, indicating discontent or displeasure with something. Essentially, they are opposite states of feeling regarding a situation or experience. Key points to remember: positive versus negative. Satisfaction is a positive feeling, whereas dissatisfaction is a negative feeling. Meeting expectations. When your needs or expectations are met, you experience satisfaction. When they are not met, you experience dissatisfaction. For example, the customer expressed satisfaction with the excellent service they received. Employees voiced dissatisfaction with the new company policies, which means they didn't like how the policy go or how it went. So because when expectations are met, they supposed to expect to get what they wanted, or they experience satisfactions when your needs or expectations are met, you experience satisfaction, meaning you got what you wanted. When your expectations are not met, then you experience dissatisfaction, meaning you didn't get what you wanted. So it's the difference. So as long as we understand the difference between satisfaction and dissatisfaction, so satisfy is that you got what you wanted, and dissatisfy means that you didn't get what you want, or depending on where you at, depending on what it is. Yeah, so some people could be satisfied for what they want, and people can be dissatisfied for what they didn't get or what they didn't want it, because so if they experience satisfaction, that means they didn't get what they wanted, or they didn't get what they deserve. So that means they will have to make a complaint to the workers and tell them that this is what I didn't order, or this is not what I received in my order. So these are two steps that you can say to a person wherever they do, wherever they deliver food, deliver your packages, or something like that. Because sometimes be do people like people people could be doing anything and don't be satisfied with the order, and it's like once you tell them your order, and then they give you this satisfied order that you didn't ask for, then you're gonna make a complaint and say, this is not what I asked for, this is not what I wanted. Because you can't give someone, you can't get the customer, you can't get the customers the satisfied order and think they expect to be satisfied with it. No, that's not how it works. No. So they tell you order, you give them their order, and once they give you your order, then you'll be satisfied with the order, because you can't give them just anything that they didn't ask for. That's not the direction, and that's not the direction that's being given. So yeah, so we must so when you work, or when you have a job, and when you do someone's order, you have to direction follow the direction of the order that's being given to you. So that means giving them what they wanted, or giving them a satisfied order of what they want. You can't just put you can't just put anything on the plate and say, here you go. You have to give them what they want, or give them what they deserve. So this is how it works, and at work, or in a business. You have to see what they might want, as opposed to what you want. Because you can't say, oh, I'm going to make a big thing, and they might want a small thing. Like, for my business, I have to see what they might want. Someone want halter tops, hats, and scarves, a coaster, any order I would do. They want, I would make they order and put it together. So everything goes into it. We just gotta be more considerate of what they want, because they might want something, or if you confuse with the order, we can just ask them, what do they want in the order. So let's see what this is. To do their order property. So when you do a customer's order, you approach the table confidently, meaning, like, so let's see what approach the table confidently means, so we understand the whole expression of it. So that'll tell you what you have to do for customers to get their order. So to approach the table confidently means to walk to a group of people at a table with a positive, assertive demeanor, maintaining good posture, making eye contact, and greeting them with a smile, demonstrating that you feel comfortable and prepared to engage with them. So what that tell you is that you have to have a positive attitude when you go see the customers, Whether you sit at the restaurant or you working at a retail store. So this is stuff that you want to look out for as a worker or as an employee. As a So make eye contact. Listen attentively. Listen to their order. Clearly write down each person's order as you go around the table clockwise. Repeat the order back to confirm and ensure you have note any special requests or dietary restrictions. Always be polite and professional throughout the process. Like we was talking about yesterday, how you should look and interact with the customer, because we don't want the customers to feel uncomfortable because you're not paying any attention to them, or you're not really asking them what they want. So that's probably that we should all understand. As a worker or as an employee, we must pay attention to what they want, or what they can have, and or what they can't have. So, key steps to taking an order properly. Start with instructions. Greet the customers and ask how many are there in their party. So the first day they walk into a restaurant and they ask you how many are in their party. So they might tell you how many people is in their party, like probably 2 or 3 or maybe 4 people in their party. So if it's like a small group of people in their party, then they might greet you to your tables, like a small table or chairs that they can sit in, or if it's a large group of people, then they might take you to your large table where everybody can sit at and have a conversation. So it depends on how many people is in the party, or so that's the first thing that you should do as a waitress, or waiter, it serves the food, or waitress is like something different. So let's see, what does it call to take near party? So it's called a hostess. The hostess has to ask the customers how many people is in their party, and then it sends them right to their seat, or where they might sit at. So that's the first thing, that when you come into a restaurant, when they come into a restaurant and you see the hostess. So it says present the menu, offer the menu, and give them time to browser. Meaning, like, give them time to look through the menu and see what they want. So once they So once they fully activated their menu or looked through their menu to see what they want, so before they let the waiter or waitress know, no, so they might, so they might tell you their name and who server is gonna be for tonight. Whether is a man or a lady. They might be waiter. Waiter is the lady and the waitress is a man. Whether it's a waiter or waitress, who knows? Who knows? So it says, ask for a drink orders first. Begin by taking drink orders, noticing any specific preferences. So, so the way they do this first, the way they do this is they ask drinks before they serve them food. So that's how it is in a restaurant. So you can ask them, what kind of drinks would you like? So once they look at that menu and see what drinks they wanted, the customer might let you know what type of drinks would they prefer or what they like. And then you take down the orders down. So it's important to listen to the customers as they let you know what drinks they want, so you remember, and then so you don't serve it to the wrong table and then get it mixed up and say this is the wrong table or this is not the right table or so. So it says move around the table clockwise. Start with the person who seems most ready to order and proceed around the table in a constant direction. So that means so clockwise is to the right. So move to the right to see what each customer wants. Counterclockwise is to the left. So if you go counterclockwise, then you go into the left. If you're going clockwise, you're going to the right. So either direction has to go with the flow with each customer. So when you move around the table clockwise, you go into the right and see what the customer wants. It says active listening. Pay close attention to what each customer is saying, asking clarifying questions if needed. So just in case if you don't know what the customer is talking about, they might ask for clarification. You can ask them for clarifications and ask them, oh, so just in case if you guys don't remember what the customer wants, you can ask them again to slow it down. Cause some of these customers, they be talking real fast and don't even know what they saying. And some of them, they talk like clearly so that they could understand what they're talking about. So it's important to listen, ask for clarifications. So if you're very confused of what they want or what they need, then you can ask them to clarify a little bit, or could you explain could you explain in a way that can you explain it a little bit easier so I could understand? So these are questions that you may ask as working as a server. Write down the order clearly. Use a notepad to write each person's order, including the modification or dietary restrictions. Clearly labeling each person's selection with their seat number. So if say for instance they want cheeseburgers and french fries, you might put that on the list as a customer. Let's say if they want juice or soda, then you might put that out as a drink. So it says the third rule is for drinks. So they put down your drinks first, then your actual food. So not everybody eats burgers and french fries. They eat different type of foods like seafood and pasta and salad, all kinds of stuff. They they eat they eat different foods, different foods. So remember, if they have food allergies, you ask them, do you have any food allergies, or is it something that you can't have? So they might some people is on the dietary restrictions because they can't have certain foods like sugar or butter or or meat. And like some people don't eat meat because some of them can be vegans, vegans don't necessarily, well, some of them do eat meat and some of them don't eat meat. Like back to the dietary restrictions. So sometimes they not allowed to have condiments and stuff. So 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 do you guys know what condiments are? Condiments is like ketchup and barbecue sauce and butter. And this is a lot of different foods, different condiments. So once you write down the order clearly, you can repeat the order back. Once you have everyone's order, repeat it back to the table to confirm accuracy. So that they know what they should be making with the order. So it's kind of like meeting their standards, cause when you work at the restaurant or you're dealing with customers, they should have standard time, meaning like they should or they should have. So you know what I mean by standard time? So what I mean by that, let's see. So a standard time is a uniform time for places in a approximately for the same longitude established. Let's see. So that means it's given. Uh, so it says a work order containing all of the relevant information that is required for completion. So let's say you have a standard job and you deal with like customers, and so they have to do a fast-paced working job. when you work at the restaurant. So what I mean by standard time, I mean like they have to multitask or they have to deal with customers, and a lot of the stuff they have to run or so So it says a uniform. So standard time is a uniform time for places in the plocracy, the same longer to establish in the country or region by law or custom. So not necessarily standard time, but it's a different way to explain this. Um, Repeat the order back. Once you have everyone's orders, repeat it back to the table to confirm accuracy. Handle special requests. If someone has a specific request or allergy, if they have any food allergies, like foods that they can't have, you can write down no condiments, no meat. Whatever they say they're allergic to. So making sure to communicate it clearly to the kitchen. So what the person might have or can't have. So so once the order is written down, they'll let the kitchen know that the person can't have certain foods. So I get it. You guys know much about food allergies, you might not know about food allergies. So that's the part of the reason that I really want to go through this with you guys to understand to what it is about. So it says a food allergy is an immune system reaction to certain foods, like when the body eats a food it allergic to. So let's say you have a food allergy and you can't really eat certain stuff. So you might say I'm allergic to milk, eggs, fish, shellfish, like shrimp and lobster, tree nuts like almonds and walnuts, peanuts, wheat, soybeans, sesame. We could say fruits like berries, kiwis, and mangoes, which they don't really serve that at the restaurant because they don't really have that type of food or have this type of meal at the restaurant. So let's see. So some people might be allergic to fruits, vegetables, seeds, spices, gluten, corn, and rice. So some people can be allergic to some of the stuff, and some of the stuff they can't really have as our meal. So it says it's important to note that food allergies can vary from person to person, and what triggers the allergic reaction in one individual may not affect another. If you suspect you have a food allergy, it's essential to consult with a healthcare professional for proper diagnosis and management. So back to the restaurant. Let's go back to the restaurant and see what else we have to do. So now it says check back. After the food is delivered, check back with the table to ensure everything is satisfactory and if they need anything else. So it's kind of like we want to make sure the customers is good. Everyone makes sure that everything is taken care of. So what if they don't need anything else and they say they good? So you move on to the next customer, or if they ask you for certain things like can I get this or can I get that? So sometimes customers could really ask for something, or they might ask for something else. We never know what they might want. Important points to remember. Know the menu to be familiar with all the dishes on the menu, including ingredients and potential substitutions. Be patient. Allow customers time to decide and don't rush them. So, you see how you give them time to look through their menu and see what they wanted? So that makes them decide that they want something or they need something. So it depends on what they want, or depends on the menu. They might tell you, I want this, or I might want that. So we don't rush them and say, oh, you gotta hurry up before. No, he said, you gotta hurry up. Or, can you move? We gotta move faster because we're on a fast paced time. No, that's not how it's supposed to go. So, once you give them the menu, and you can't also ask, oh, are you finished? Are you almost finished? Are you finished? Because we are the time limit. No. So, you give them the menu, and you allow time for the customers to look through their order before they give it to you, or they might tell you what they want. So if you just rush in the customer and say, oh, you gotta hurry up and do this, it's not going to give them time to look through their order because you're rushing them and it's taking up their time. So we don't want to do that. So we must give them time to look through their order. So it says maintain professionalism. Like, use a positive language. Like, use polite language and maintain a positive attitude. Like giving a smile on your face, interact with the customers, and ensure the customers' wants and needs, because that's important too. Be observed. Notice any nonverbal cues that might include a customer's need assistance. So what if the customer needs help with something, like, oh, I need help with this, or I need help with that, and we can just go see, like, so, like, a customer needs assistance, like when they have a problem, or if it's or you can ask them, is it something I can do? And they might tell you what the issues that they're struggling with, so we can go and help them and see what they're struggling with. So that's giving good customer service. You've given the customer service, you're giving the customers expectations. So when you go to workplace, or when you go work at the workplace, we always want to give the satisfaction of what they want. So that's important to know their wants and needs and their expectations, and and etc. So so once you understand how to be more professional and be more concise about what they want or what they concerns, because we gotta always be more mindful of their concerns. So once we talk about the positivity as a worker and how to handle certain situations or certain stuff, so now we're going to talk about the negative side of customer service. So once you do good customer service and you make them feel comfortable, then they might come back to your restaurant again because you made them feel comfortable, you came in with a positive attitude, and you made the customers feel welcome. And you be like, yay, yay, I'm so proud of them for making this restaurant feel safe and feel comfortable. So yes, we want to do that from and every time the customer walks in. So that's what it's about. So now we're going to look at the negative side. Because some workers and employees don't do their job properly. And that's because of the fact that customers get really upset and get really angry and gets very tiring. And it's like the workers is not really, or the workers is not really trying their best to help the customers. So let's see it says what happens if they don't do their order properly. So let's see what this is. So let's say at the restaurant, so it's easier to tell because anybody who sits at the restaurant, and sometimes people messed up. They just give the wrong order and don't even notice that this is not what they order. So let's see. What this says about the restaurant. So if a restaurant doesn't prepare an order correctly, the customer should tropically inform the server about the issue, and the restaurant will usually offer to remake the dish, replace it with a different item, or provide with a partial or full refund depending on the severity of the mistakes and the restaurant's policy. In most cases, the staff will apologize for the inconvenience and try to rectify the situation to ensure customer satisfaction, which we talked about, the customer's wants and needs. So that's what basically is, or what it means. So key points to remember. We don't want to become off harsh. Well, you're the worker, they the customers. So some customers think they can just talk to them however they want because this is not how the order is supposed to go, or this is not what they wanted. So the key points to remember is you want to stay calm, stay local, and help them as much as possible. So inform the server, politely let your server know that your order is incorrect, explaining the most issue clearly, like So let's say you got the wrong dish, and and this is not what you wanted. So you can let them know this is what you wanted, and you could re-ask what you wanted, or you could say, I asked for so and so, or I asked for a cheeseburger and french fries, and I got this. So now let's read the second part. So it says, expect an apology and solutions. The staff should acknowledge their mistakes, apologies, and offer a solution to correct the order. Options for corrections. Depending on the situation, the restaurant might remake the dish, replace it with a different item, offer a discount on the meal, or provide a full refund. Be reasonable. When mistakes happens, be understanding and avoid being aggressive. Like you like yell or lash out or be harsh or use aggression towards them, cuz they're not going to give you the order that you want if you become more aggressive. Like, you can't talk to them however you want because your order wasn't right, or the order wasn't how you want it to go. So if you can't, or if they can't help you, or if they don't address the issue, you talk to a manager, and so it says what to do if a restaurant doesn't address the issue. You can speak to a manager. You can say, may I speak to a manager? If the server isn't able to resolve the issue, ask to speak with a manager to escalate the complaint. Or you can consider leaving feedback. Depending on the situation, you might choose to leave a review online or post feedback directly to the restaurant about your experience. Whether it's good or bad, we can still leave a review about this place. So now that we understand what the satisfaction and the dissatisfaction of the customers, so now that we kind of getting to the feel of understanding the wants and needs. So now I hope hopefully the tips that I gave you help you. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I forgot to show you this blanket. You see the blanket? It's like 10 rows so far. I didn't even realize that. She's coming out beautiful. And you see how long this is? See? And tomorrow I'll work on day 11. So I hope you like, subscribe, and comment down below on my YouTube video. And thank you for watching.